Hey everyone, Garrett here from Naked and Famous Denim. Today we're going to be looking at this beautifully faded pair of elephant fours. They were sent in by Koa, but before we get into it, please do me a huge favor, hit that like button, and if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel so you can get all this great raw denim content. All right, so Koa, he sent in this pair. He's one of our hardcore faders. He's been fading jeans for us for years, and of course, this pair does not disappoint. Let's take a quick look at the back. You may notice that these have been turned into jorts. They weren't always jorts because I do have the trimmings here. So we're gonna be looking at both of these. All right, Vinny, get in a little bit closer here. Let's start from the top as we normally do. We'll take a peek inside. So the label is completely worn off. I can see actually now, it does say that it was a weird guy, but the size and everything else has been worn off. No markings or anything interesting here. I actually do see one thing right away, which we'll talk about a little bit later. That's not normal. But starting on the front here, quite a bit of abrasion, a lot of fading going on the lap, in the pockets here. A nice little tear at the pocket there, as well as a little bit of a tear starting to form right near the fly. We have some brassing on the rivets here. You can see that antique copper color has been worn away to expose this brass color underneath. Moving down, we have very defined high contrast whiskers going on. Right there, you can see it's still very dark blue in here, whereas we have a pure white of the core of the yarn showing there. On the side here, on the outseam, we can see where the fabric is completely worn through when we're already starting to see that black weft. So I think I forgot to mention, but this jean is Indigo by Black Jean. So what that means is on the outside, we have a standard warp yarn, which is the indigo dyed white yarn. And on the inside of the jean, on the weft, we have a black yarn. So that means that the inside is going to be a little bit darker, and even from the outside, because there isn't any white yarns poking through, it's going to be a darker looking jean in general. And the Elephant 4 was the first, and I believe the only jean to have a black weft. Maybe someday we'll bring it back again. Okay, and moving on to the other side here, we can see again on the outseam that he's been rubbing up against something here. You can see how the comb kind of goes the whisker goes all the way to the edge here, and then that raised area has had some more friction here again on the side. Moving down, we have a little bit of a hole forming near the crotch, and you can see here those weft yarns, those black weft yarns stretching across there. Very cool. And the lap area quite faded as well. And then down at the bottom where he's cut them off, this is a really neat feature. You can see again those black weft yarns just kind of dangling down because he didn't sew these or cuff them or anything. They're just like a raw cut. And then on the other side, again, a nice frayed edge. This is very normal. I find too when I do cutoffs, they will start to kind of curl up naturally like that. Moving over to the back side, we have that thick elephant leather patch that you get on all of the elephants. This is a pass-through leather patch. We haven't done one of these in a while just because the pass-through leather patches are a little bit more fragile and are more prone to tearing along the stitching here. But this one hasn't. It's held up perfectly. Patch is in still really good condition. The graphic has faded a little bit through washing and wear, but the stitching and all that is perfect. It's held on there nice. I have a feeling, I'm gonna say he did wear a belt with these, but it is kind of hard to say. But yeah, it looks like it was protected a little bit on the waistband, and then because the belt loops are raised up a bit, there's going to be a lot more friction and fading on those. All right, moving down to the back pockets, we got a lot of cool action going on here. We have fraying edges along the pockets, so much so that I can get inside the pocket there. You can see how dark this fabric was originally. So a lot of damage on both sides. My guess is he was kind of sitting or leaning up on something here specifically around there. And again, a lot more wear and tear on the pockets here on the corners. A lot of great fading on the seat area in general. And you can see up here something that you wouldn't normally see on any of the elephant series, and that is some back pocket rivets. And it looks like he installed these afterwards on his own, because we don't do rivets or hidden rivets on the pockets for any of the elephant jeans. And so he definitely had these installed sometime when he was wearing them, I guess, to help reinforce these pockets from this intense wear. Again, we can see a little bit of wear and tear here, some too small holes starting to develop, and those black weft yarns coming across there. A little bit of wear on the bottom of the yoke, and another hole forming here at the bottom of the yoke. Moving down, not much more to say other than, again, more fading on the back of the legs. And we'll take a better look at the crotch here. The crotch starting to blow out a little bit on the side here, on the top of the inseam, and same thing on the other side. You can see that black yarn coming across. Okay, so that's it for the jorts, but of course we still have these cool cutoffs. So I guess he wore these for quite a long time with them as pants, because he was able to get them very faded. On the knee, we have the honeycombs. We'll just take a quick second to appreciate these amazing honeycombs. A little bit of cracking going on in the honeycombs. You can tell he did not wash these very often, because it does have that yellowy tinge on the back of the leg. So I noticed that if you wash infrequently or never, you will have this yellowy color on the white of your yarn. And then moving down to the bottom, very cool stacking fades here. It looks like he had them cuffed for a time, like different levels of cuffing here. And there's some interesting kind of vertical scratch marks. I'm not sure exactly what went on there, but it is a very cool and unique look that I haven't really seen on any other jeans. But you can tell he's been cuffing them, and also not cuffing them, because he's got some a little bit of heel bite going on there on both of the hems. Chain stitch hem still intact, and you can see here. I'll just flip this one. Let's flip it all the way inside out. Maybe let's go the other way around. That'll be easier. If you've ever owned a pair of elephants, you'll know that turning them inside out is not the easiest thing to do. Okay, there we go. We got it inside out. So now you can see from the inside, again, more details on where he's been cuffing the jeans and where they've been fading. The bottom of the selvage here is faded as well and picked up a little bit of patina. Flip it over here. And then again, a lot of fading on the inside of that jean here. And one thing that's really cool, a nice detail, because these are cutoffs, I noticed these, how we have basically the internal honeycombs on the back of the knee here. So here's the outside look, here's the inside look, and just kind of a neat little detail. It's like the exact opposite. You can almost match it up here. Just like that. And you can see how it's the inverse happening on the inside of the jean. So I think that about does it for this pair of jeans. I want to thank Koa for sending these in. If you have a pair of jeans that are faded and you're not wearing them anymore, please send us an email, info@nakedandfamousdenim.com. And if they're faded enough, we'll take them in and we can hook you up with a discount for your next order. That's gonna do it for today. I wanna thank you guys for sticking around all the way to the end. Please hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.